All right, good morning, everybody. My name is Sincerely George. I have sound this morning, at least that I can hear, and we are here. And I wanted you to be here for when I retweeted this. Yes, I'm retweeting it now. Bam, did it live, did it right here on the XRP Community Update. Good morning, everyone. My name is Sincerely George, and it is my honor to be here with you this morning. I see a lot of people are already in the chat. Carl Lewis was the first one here, like 20 minutes early, reminding me that I needed to go and get ready for the show. How amazing was that? Good to see you here, Carl. And yeah, I'm ready. I'm actually got stuff to talk about this morning. It's very exciting, actually. And so I just finished pushing this update out. We have those who worked on the XRP Community Choice Awards, put together an article so that you can go piece by piece through the award show and check out the hottest parts. I thought this was actually a really good idea so that we could sort of time capsule what we did with the event and really highlight the different people that participated in the show, because so many people did an amazing job. So definitely go out there, check it out. I think I will include a link right here. It may take a little bit of time to load. Just because it is loaded up with videos. I don't know if Adam Kilpatrick has showed up yet or Notorious XRP, but I actually put your videos of your repost into the article so that you have it, right? So that we're getting some attention on you guys out there. Now, you have to check it out because I think this is how people felt when they were behind the scenes. I don't know if this is going to play live. Let's see. Oh my God! It does. It's a great clip. I had to put that in there because as I was stumbling through the sound issues during the live show, I'm pretty sure those who supported it from the background were going crazy. So that was definitely a great ad. So because we're still sort of out of sorts with what we're doing here every morning, let me go to the chat and see who's here. So as I said earlier, Carl Lewis was the first one, followed by David D, then Nixer. Nixer, you need to stay to the end. I have a highlight I want to talk to you about. And who else do we have here this morning? Good morning, Connie. Awesome to have you here. Chris, pleasure to have you here. Pate, who else? There we go. Albertina. Fantastic to have you here, Albertina. We don't get a chance to talk enough on Twitter, but I'm hoping we will now that I have more time. So let's get this party on the road. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but we've had a couple of suspensions of some community rock stars, and I'm not sure why. So XRP Center, XRP Research Center is the name that it often shows up as well as Rabbit Kick Club. Rabbit Kick Club, some of you might not know who that is, but it's one of the validators in our space, a developer that is pretty active. And I'm not sure what they have done to be suspended, but it's pretty upsetting. As DevNull Productions says, please restore XRP Center and Rabbit Kick Club's access. XRP Center was one of our first supporters here, a true source of facts and positivity. Rabbit Kick Club has been a general asset to both the XRP community and Twitter in general. And, in Clavia down here, I'm just going to read the second one. If that was the reason for suspending the above accounts, we all should rethink the whole internet. What happened to freedom of speech spirit under the cover of strange aliases? Who built it in the first place, for God's sake? Name one person in this industry working here for years who didn't have a fake account but acted, worked, and argued freely when creating all of these wonderful internet-based miracles. And that is completely the truth. It's a little bit disturbing when, some of the big names in our community who don't have names, their name isn't Brad Garlinghouse, but are known for distributing some of the best content, are suspended for no reason. When I look at XRP Center's tweet stream, it was always positive information about what's going on with XRP or what's happening with Ripple. There was never a response to FUD. There was, at least not that I saw, there weren't the XRP Center, was always just providing information, sharing articles. And I'm not quite sure why they got suspended, but it's very concerning considering we keep having suspension of different accounts within the community that are known for sharing news. So, if in your best interest, definitely go out and show support for these. Ask Twitter to restore them. I've done it for XRP Center. I don't think I've had a chance for Rabbit Kick Club yet. But yeah, very concerning. But moving on, let's talk about what's going on in India. This is our feature story. I don't know how they say it on the news. Our top story for this morning is the fact that Binance has entered India starting on the 25th of November. Indians in India, the country, South Asia, will be able to start buying cryptocurrency through Wazir India. And because of a partnership, I believe Binance has acquired them. And we can go directly to the article to hear about that. So starting November 25th, people in India can buy and sell cryptocurrencies with fiat currencies through the Binance Fiat Gateway. Global currency exchange and blockchain system Binance today announced its acquisition of Wazir X. We're going to go with that. Wazir X, India's most trusted Bitcoin exchange. Starting November 25th, you can buy and sell crypto with Indian rupees on the Binance Fiat Gateway. So here's a picture of these guys, right? And then the next phase of mass adoption for crypto will arise from developing nations around the world. India, with more than 1 billion people, is primed for mass crypto adoption, and its acquisition by Binance gives us an opportunity to not only cater to India, but every developing nation where fiat on-ramps have to be built. So this is really big news, and that's why it's our top story. I'm sure that most of you guys have heard me talk before about how India is still working on their cryptocurrency laws. But one of the big things about India is the fact that, exchanges in India have been blocked from actually connecting to banks. So they haven't had access to fiat, and their bank accounts have been closed. So with an industry giant like Binance stepping in, who has a plethora of money at their disposal, they aren't dependent on the Indian banks to provide that accounting. They can actually use foreign banks to provide the liquidity needed for this market. Now, I haven't gone deep on how Binance is going to do all this, but I think this is really key because in my opinion, allegedly, the Indian government is trying to block Indian citizens from being involved and utilizing digital assets. Binance is coming in from the outside to enable that. Now, India is largely a cash-based society, and I want to draw your attention to something that happened in 2016, specifically the fact that India scrapped its two largest rupee notes, specifically the 500 rupee note and the 1000 rupee note. So the 500 rupee note and the 1000 rupee note, and let's go see how much that is worth in American dollars. So 500 rupees, $2. So we're really talking about $7 US, okay? So, but in India, that has a different value, but so the notes worth 500 and 100 and 1,000 rupees will be invalidated starting midnight local time, right? So this is pretty much overnight. Hi, hello, good morning, everybody. Just an FYI, we are getting rid of the $10 and the $20 notes. If you have any of those in your wallet, find something to do with them right now because they'll no longer be valid. In the United States, it's probably more like the $50 and the $100 notes, those being our largest. But all of a sudden, you're told that those are no longer valid. So if you are somebody who works as in an industry that is largely cash-based, for example, waitresses and people that work at not the gas station, but the oil change station where you get tips, you don't want a bunch of dollars and $5. You change those out for $100 bills and $50 bills so you feel really rich because you're saving this money. And if you don't feel comfortable taking it and depositing it into a bank, you're putting it into your mattress. You're doing something else. And that is the feeling that Indians felt in this largely cash-based society where these larger notes were being taken away. So, and this article dates back to 2016, but I quote here, 2 years ago, he said, and we're talking about Modi, the prime minister, 2 years ago, Modi said India was ranked 100th in terms of global corruption perception, and the country has only improved to 76th. So reading down here, so the ban that came into effect in 2016 could also spark a mad scramble as ordinary Indians seek to exchange or deposit their cash. Moody said citizens had 50 days to deposit at banks and post offices. Hospitals will be allowed to accept the banned notes for another 3 days until November 11th. The transition will not be an easy task, as the Reserve Bank of India estimates that there are more than 16.5 billion 500 rupee notes and 6.7 billion 1,000 rupee notes currently in circulation. ATMs will be shut down on November 9th and 10th to help improve with the change. So this was a story that was of high interest to me in 2016 because, this actually caused a bank run. As they talk about here, the ATMs were shut down. I believe banks were also closed. And so the elite in the community, this being a country that's, has high corruption, were actually able to, grease the wheel and get their $50 and $100, or I'm sorry, 500 and 1,000 note rupees exchanged out. And then when it came time for ordinary citizens to go in and do the exchange, because at midnight everything becomes invalid, they weren't able to do that. A lot of citizens weren't able to open up banks within the period that they were told that they had to open up banks, etc., etc. So, the fact that Indians have a high disregard for the government's ability to protect their financial wealth based on this, I think it's a big move that, Binance is stepping in. So here we have Siddharth posting that he is excited. He is the CEO of Wazir India, and that he's excited about being. I think they, let's go back. I want to make sure I get my words right around this. Yeah, that Wazir had been acquired by Binance. So, very excited about that. But the true level of importance of this, it can only be stated when we start looking at crypto India. Now, Indians currently did not have access because it's not the 25th of November yet, do not have access or the ability to buy digital assets, any digital assets, okay? But when we start looking at crypto India, we see that there is a high interest. There are a large number of accounts that are related to crypto India. They want it. When we then go and look at just crypto India, it's something that is tagged regularly, and they are plugged into what's going on with the news. So even though they don't have the ability to invest in digital assets, they are definitely interested in it, and it's something that they want to be able to leverage. And if we use the crypto India hashtag, we get even more. All right. So there is a lot of stuff, in regards to this ban, a lot of people speaking out. We just don't hear about it because of geolocation configurations of Twitter. What's going on in India, if it's not written in English, we're not going to hear about it. And if it's being broadcast from outside of our geolocation, it's more difficult for us to hear about it unless somebody within our circle of friends, people we follow, are actually tweeting that information out. People I follow are part of crypto India, so I get this type of information, and so I'm really excited, especially if you guys didn't know this already. All right, so let's go back to our chat, see who has showed up. We're getting to the funner part. Actually, we probably aren't going to have time to talk about that, but yes, Santander confirms USD to Mexican peso corridor launch, fast and competitive service announcement next week. Bravo to you. Let's go back. This is where I left it. 5 weeks left until Christmas. Woohoo! Yes, for all of you people that care, 5 weeks left until Christmas. So, as Chris says, good morning, all you wonderful people. Hope your Thursday is blessed and enjoyed. Fantastic. So who else have we had show up since we got this party started? We ended off with Albertina, followed by Danny. Who else? Connie, always a pleasure to have you here. James Malpass, it's my pleasure to have you here this morning. And who else? Nixer FM, stick around, my friend, stick around. I need you here. Something clever, pleasure to have you here this morning, my friend. It's good to have you here. And Tina Hall, congratulations on your retirement. Fantastic to have you here, Tina. And let's keep going. Oh, and we have the crypto camper. Crypto camper, just an FYI. I started my keto. I'm chasing 30 at this point. Yeah, I haven't lost a single pound. I think I might still be up. I weighed in this morning at 156.3. So yes, weighed in before eating anything, 156.3. Let me write that down because I actually keep a log in my bathroom every day. Weigh in, weigh in, weigh in. Because you go down by like a micro something, right? But actually yesterday I got going on my keto, and I'm actually on a fast. I can actually start eating, I think now, 8 a.m. Yeah, so I fasted from 2 o'clock when I had some peanuts. But the hardest part is all the sugar, right? Because I've been eating, what are they called? The powdered sugar donuts out of the vending machine, my friends. Yes, I think I had 2 packages of that plus some, Starburst and chips. Yeah, definitely a vending machine. I fund the vending machine company. So most recently, my eating habits have gone out the window, but I jumped on the bandwagon yesterday, 11/17 being the date that all of this started again. And so, I ate during a pretty large window, went keto, had an omelet with some butter instead of vegetable oil. Avoid the vegetable oils if you can, followed by my favorite kind of salad, which is nuts, bacon, just a little bit of bacon, some cheese, olive oil, and some lettuce. So the goal being to remind my body that it knows how to burn fat. And then in the afternoon, I had some peanuts. So trying to focus in on the healthy fats as I convert to keto. This next week is really going to be eat whatever you want, not really the Atkins style, but eat whatever you want keto, so that my body starts to, off cycle of the sugar and the gluten and the carbohydrates. So I plan on beating you, Ferdy, in case you didn't know. I am very competitive. So yes, let's move on. It's 5 weeks to Christmas. I know, it's amazing. I didn't know that Christmas came in December, and we've got 5 weeks left. But on that note, Nixer FM has helped us out in this regard, because he has found a way to connect his Christmas tree in the living room to the XRP ledger. And I know you're thinking, what the heck? Yes, his Christmas tree sends XRP payments through the XRP ledger to XRP IoT tree every minute his lights are on. So Nixer, very happy you're here this morning, because I'm sure we'll have some questions as people go, what? You did what? So yes, good morning, Case. Good to have you here as well. Let's go and take a look at his article. Sorry, I haven't scrolled up on all of these, so I hope all of you guys are in good shape. So XRP connected, and how do I up there? You need to have, no. I already have a very active prescription. I'm just not on that account right now. So Christmas is the time of giving and gratitude, and what is better than giving some XRP to good XRP? And I thought I had this all highlighted. I'm not very happy now with my dear friends over at Coil for getting rid of my highlighting. So let's see if I can find my parts. So here's his Christmas tree. It's a very nice Christmas tree. I think that's your Christmas tree. You'll have to tell us if it is or not. But, if you are wondering why the heck does he have a Christmas tree in his living room already? Well, I guess you didn't know that he is married to a Filipina. In the Philippines, the Christmas starts when the first Ber month of the year. So from September until December, it's full Christmas season in the Philippines. So every year, Filipinos from around the world mark September 1st as the beginning of the countdown to Christmas. So he has had some time to think about how to get this Christmas tree going, since he has had to be in the holiday spirit for quite some time. He provides a link here for us to go and learn about Christmas in the Philippines. And somehow Nixer was able to convince his beautiful wife that it was okay to just put the tree up in the middle of November. I'm not sure how he did that, but he must do a lot of other good things well. If his wife is like, okay, fine, we'll cut off half of the holiday season if it makes you happy, my dear husband. So he has set it up so that his Christmas tree, when he turns the lights on the Christmas tree using some smart bulbs, he is actually posts a small payment to good XRP. So he also has set up a Twitter account, XRP IoT Tree, and he goes into details about how he made this happen. So using a small piece of software that's running on a Raspberry Pi, I opened up a window here so that you guys can see what a Raspberry Pi is. This is a Raspberry Pi, right, over here on the side, and you can use it. It's a single board computer developed in the United Kingdom, and its target market for use is in use for robotics. It does not include peripherals such as keyboard and mice or cases. However, some accessories have been included in several official and unofficial bundles. So you're actually able to plug in a USB on these ends, and you're actually able to also plug in, an Ethernet cable here, so that you're able to get those connectivity pieces. And using the pin connectors here, you're able to connect other devices, and you can, connect a variety of these. I haven't played, actually I destroyed one of these a long time ago in trying to reset it, and then no longer was able to log in, but we won't focus on that. So using a Raspberry Pi in his local home network, every time he tells Alexa, not his wife's name, to make it Christmassy, his tool detects that the Christmas tree lights were turned on, and then it counts all minutes until the Christmas tree lights are turned off. So this is one of those innovative creations that has been created to really see a different way to leverage the XRP ledger technology. In this case, the use case is, as long as you are using this, you might as well pay, and it's tied to a device within the home. So I think this just speaks to a lot of different other ideas that people could have. For example, every time your child turns on the TV in their bedroom and watches it, they have to pay. You pay the electricity, my kids. Yes, I don't have to pay that alone. You take it out of your allowance if you want to watch that TV. Or maybe a gaming console that's been turned on. There's a lot of different implications for this, especially when we start talking about internet connected devices and the move forward with that. So really the tree and the Raspberry Pi device are both on the network, and therefore the Raspberry Pi device is able to identify whether or not the Christmas tree is on, and then force payment for that. So really a great idea. Within this article, he also goes into what the requirements are and details the code that he used to make this all possible. I'm sure all the code isn't here, but you're able to connect with him on Twitter if you have additional questions and want to implement this. If you want to buy a Raspberry Pi device, I'm pretty sure, let's just grab this. I'm pretty sure you can buy this on Amazon, eBay. My recommendation is that you buy it on a location, Amazon. Yeah, let's go to Amazon. Let's search here. All right, I know everybody's going, ooh, ooh, ooh. So here's a Raspberry Pi, device starter kit. It comes with the case and some of the peripherals that was just being talked about. Here's a smaller device. And, there's tons of documentation online in regards to getting started. Right? There's tons of documentation and videos online about how to get started with Raspberry Pi development, and others in our community are also using it. I know that vSpin is using it. I believe he had something linked up to that last year. I know that he's transitioned over to another microcontroller, but there are lots of people. So I highly suggest that you get involved. You can plug it in and start creating your own inventions that leverage the XRP ledger technology. So as Nixer says here in the comments, thank you, Danny. It was really fun implementing it. I think it's so cool. This was a great thing to find out that somebody had done. And yeah, really awesome. David D says, James Malpaz is the war eagle. Tiger is just the alt. He's getting kicked out of alumni club if he's caught kissing. Okay, I have no clue. You guys are way off. You guys aren't talking about Raspberry Pi or Nixer's amazing invention over here. You guys are just talking about a lot of other things. Lionel, great to have you here this morning. We've been talking about Nixer's invention, which is very awesome. My Christmas tree is very criminal. I don't think so. It's very awesome. And so thank you very much for taking the time to write a post, Nixer, that, runs through exactly how we can leverage this in an IoT type scenario, and such a fun way as well. If you have any kids out there that are interested in robotics or electronics, this could be something, this tutorial could be something that you get them involved with, and set up your own Christmas tree to start using a Raspberry Pi. They probably already have a plethora of skills related to how to use the Raspberry Pi, and through the instructions that are available online, they can start getting more involved in building things out that leverage Internet of Things technology. And one good way to get them away from those games, if you're interested in that. So we are at the time when I'm supposed to end my live stream. I always go over, but I really want to try and keep this to about 30 minutes. It works best for my schedule and enables me to get to work on time. So let me know if you guys have any questions. I don't know how far behind I am. I think I just saw myself pointing at the screen about, always going over. But thank you very much, Case, for the reminder. If you have not already liked this live stream, please do now. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, turn the bell on so that you get notifications and you won't be left in the cold like Lionel was this morning with not getting a notification. I don't think I put my post out on Twitter this morning, but I had news. I had something interesting to talk about other than the XRP Community Choice Awards. So I think that deserves a thumbs up, if nothing else. So it is Thursday. I cannot wait till Friday gets here. One more day away, and hopefully I can avoid the candy machine at work. And I can eat. I get to actually eat some of the food in my fridge. So let me get off now and go and do that. I have to start again, Lionel says. No, I'm not. I'm eating. I haven't eaten in 18 hours. Yes, 18 hours, 2 o'clock. I have not eaten. And if you end short, Sincerely George, you can do a lot of final screenshots until you get one. Until I get one you like. Yes, yeah, I stopped yesterday and then I restarted because the screenshot was horrible. I don't care about screenshots, you guys. I honestly don't care. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. So, Richard General Brown means anything to you folks? Nope, not right now, but I'm out of the loop on a lot of stuff. Eat some sunflower seeds. I do eat a lot of sunflower seeds. Actually, pecans and walnuts are the two that I enjoy the most. Really, because the fat to protein ratio is on point when you're talking about keto. So in regards to keto, I just finished telling you guys about my salad. It was a pecan with walnuts as the base, followed with a sprinkling of bacon, because that makes everything taste good. Some blue cheese, some regular cheese. Not your best keto meal. The cheese, you should really try to avoid dairy, say some people, and in this sprint I'm going to try and do that. But the goal is to really get my body back to being fat adapted, meaning that it is able to rely on fat with ease and comfort to gain all of its caloric needs. And so from that point, trying to cut out the sugar and the carbs early on is what I'm trying to do. And so at this point, I can eat whatever I want that falls within scope, but not anything that includes gluten, sugar, or carbohydrates that are, that have been processed, or potatoes, etc., etc. But you still get carbohydrates from nuts. You still get carbohydrates from lettuce, avocados, and all of the healthy keto foods. And really, you want to be eating whole foods. You don't want to be going out and eating bars, right? Things that have been hyper processed to become keto. You want to be eating the whole food variety because it's a lot easier on your body. The biggest thing that separates keto from Atkins in my degree is the high focus on animal fat in keto. In Atkins, it was like, eat whatever you want. Go ahead and eat that super fatty steak. In keto, you really want to be getting healthy fats from your vegetables like avocados, coconut oil. Coconut is another great thing that you can eat. Your nuts. And so you're getting a high concentration of nuts. A handful of nuts is 300 calories. Holy cow. That means that if you're eating 2,000 calories per day as a woman, you know, you're not really reducing the amount of calories you're eating. You're changing the type of calories you're eating, and you're changing the times when you're eating. That, you know, what happens is, you know, 7 handfuls of nuts and you're out the door for the day. That's 2,400 calories, right? So, you know, the food that you're eating is a lot more calorie dense, just like an avocado has 200 calories right out the door. All right, so you're trying to eat healthier fats with keto, and I am going to do it. I'm going to beat Ferdy, so just an FYI. Just in case you missed above, I think Anthony Jackson, aka Chris, sent out a tweet about your stream. I appreciate you, Chris. I really do, because I wanted to make sure I started on time and I covered good content. I actually woke up early today, felt great laying in bed, dreaming about this thing or that thing, and then I realized, oh my goodness, I'm laying in bed and I'm envisioning things, and I sprung up and it felt awesome. Yes, so it's been a great day. Oh dear, on nuts. Yep. Stick with the avocado, sincerely, George. Totally. And so I will, you know, this is sort of what I wanted to focus in on for Lazy Fit Girl, but yeah, I don't have the capacity to do so many things, but I thought I'd share it with you here in case you wanted to get on board. Yes, I have eaten 7 handfuls of nuts in a day. I've eaten way over calories with nuts in a day, James. It's very easy. So this stream always delivers. It is nuts. It is. And so on that point, 4 minutes over my allotted time, I am going to wrap it up. Thank you everybody who has been here this morning. You guys make my days amazing. And I enjoy talking to you guys about, you know, different things that are going on in our community, and also all the conversation that happens in the chat. I know sometimes we go off the rails. That David D, he can really send us out into the stratosphere with some of the comments he puts out there. But I really enjoy the dialogue and the support that you guys offer each other, because it helps everybody start their day or end their day on a high note. So thank you very much for being here today. I hope you guys just get out there and kill it. Do a great job doing whatever you do. Make it the best, feel inspired, and know that you are loved. And with that, I am out of here. I will try and smile as I close this, since I know David D is out there collecting screenshots. Dang it. All right, you guys, I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.